be devoured by the Lord of Darkness.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Madi Goff Show. I'm so excited to bring to you today my very good friend, Kareem Badr. Kareem, welcome.
Hello, Maddie.
I'm just giddy with excitement.
I know, this is great.
Team, it's important for you to know that, and I'm referring to everyone in the chat, team. So team, my team, it's important for you to know that Kareem is from Austin, Texas. He's coming to us from Austin,
Right.
Texas. It's so fantastic to be able to get to improvise with you. Kareem and I have never improvised together, but
We've known each other forever.
we've known each other for so long. It's a crime that we haven't improvised together. Kareem was one of my first improv teachers, and he is the person who said, when I was like, I'm going to Los Angeles, and he said, go to improv theater. And that's where I met everybody at Outpost. That's what, man, I'm just so thankful to you.
Oh, all I did was point you in the direction of where awesome things are happening. I can take only a tiny bit of credit.
And Kareem is the general manager and owner of his own theater in Austin, Texas called The Hideout.
That's right.
And it's on
Theater.
The Hideout Theater. Oh my gosh, 20 years.
20 years.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those pins. Can I get one of those
Yeah.
pins online in the merch?
Yes. I'll
Sick.
I'll send you a link. Make it happen.
Okay, sick. Okay. And we'll post in the chat stuff about Hideout Theater because they are hosting a online narrative improv intensive, which is pretty badass. A lot of the people who watch my show love narrative improv because this show is improvised.
That's right.
Isn't that wild? Ladies and gentlemen, everything you see here will be completely improvised by Kareem and I. We're about to tell you a story in the style of Fleabag in this weird genre that has been titled The Modern Gal Show simply because the initial letters match the Madi Goff Show. But today it's also going to be The Modern Gentleman Show, with Kareem being my first guy guest on The Modern Guy Show.
Love
This
it.
just keeps going. Oh, I wanted to show people my shirt.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So this shirt is from the Improvised Play Festival. Ripley came to the Hideout Theater and
Right.
got to improvise Dystopia. So one of Kareem's friends who is in his troupe that has been together since 2005,
Yeah, coming on 15 years.
they're called Parallelogramophonograph. I even
Sorry.
remember the name origin story, which involves drinks
Yeah.
in a bar.
That's right.
And you can call them P-Graph for short, and they improvise at the Hideout. You guys improvise on Thursdays at 8, yes?
Thursdays, yeah. Now we're doing Thursdays at 8. We're also doing Saturday 7:30 CDT Central Time 7:30
Yes.
shows, and then Wednesday afternoon we've been doing a improv Q&A where we kind of just get together and people post questions in Facebook and we kind of babble and talk about them and give our thoughts.
And they're fantastic. I think I've taken a class from every person in P-Graph. They're wonderful. Will they be teaching some of the classes at the Hideout Intensive?
Yeah,
Great.
so we don't have the roster yet because it's about a month out, but for sure some epigraph will be teaching sessions. So it's a morning and an afternoon session every day of the week, and we have a different teacher for each one. So
I'm so
for sure
excited.
we'll be teaching some. Yeah.
Yay, that's awesome. Casey, Roy, and Valerie are also members of P-Graph. Definitely check them out. They even have their own website, pgraph.com. Yeah,
Book.
super rad. Oh, and you wrote a book.
Very
Yes,
tiny.
I bought this book. I bought this book, but I
that's
bought it
right.
on my Kindle, I think. Can you buy a Kindle
No,
version?
we released a Kindle version of it.
Yeah.
We're fancy and official and technologically up to date as of 10 years ago.
It's
So
pretty
that's great.
sick. It's super sick. I was so excited. All right, so I'm gonna ask the question for the chat. Chat, we need you to answer 2 questions for us. These are suggestions to get us started for our show. One is, what is the name of a character? It's gonna be the name of my character. I'm gonna play the Fleabag character in this format. Kareem is gonna be all of the other characters. So give us the name of my Fleabag character. It can be a name like Fleabag. We had the Colonel one week, or it can be a real name too, like Madi Goff, or it can't be that one.
That's your name.
I have that one.
Yeah, it's not yours.
It can be any name except Madi Goff or Kareem Badr or Fleabag. So the world is your oyster. We also need to know what just happened. Something very simple just happened. Last week it was somebody got ice cream out of the fridge, a pint of ice cream. It was very specific, out of the freezer. We had a laundry machine broken one week. So we need those 2 suggestions in the chat. We'll take those before we get started. In the meantime, Kareem,
yes.
You know a little bit about taking improv and using it in scripted content. Can you tell me, like, what's the first piece of advice you would offer people?
Oh man, first piece of advice. The biggest piece of advice is to just make a big choice, especially in audition or in a rehearsal, the rehearsal process. That's where I think the experience of being an improviser comes in handy, when you're really comfortable doing improv. Not just you took a class, but like you're an improviser. I think it helps when when a director says, "Hey, can you try it this way?" And you go, "Yes, I can." And then as you turn around, you're like, "How am I going to do that?" You just kind of like do something. So I think making big choices, and then and learning to just let go. Make that big choice, but then don't think that's the way to do it. Just be malleable, and I think that being flexible is a very good improv tool that translates into doing scripted stuff, I've found.
Without a doubt. You recently did, or I don't know how recent it is, I guess. We talked about this, but Kareem was cast in a 3-hander, a play with 3 people. And then that play, can I say this? That play ended up going to New Jersey. It got cast. And then
this was last year. I was in, there was a rolling world premiere through the National New Play Network of a play called Heartland, which was a love story and family story that kind of flashed back to time in Afghanistan, where an Afghan teacher met another teacher, and then flashing forward to him with that other that woman's father in America, and kind of flash back and forth. And I had to learn how to speak several lines in Dari, which is an Afghan language that I do not speak. I had to basically learn how to do a 2 to 3 minute long the Muslim prayer, which I don't speak Arabic, so I had to learn them all by rote and then learn to act them. And then so I did the show in Austin, and then there was going to be a premiere, another Rolling World premiere in New Jersey. And 6 weeks after my show closed and I was done and I wasn't going to do the show anymore, I got a phone call from the playwright. And he said, "Hey, can you come to New Jersey for a month?" Because they had to not use their lead for whatever reason. And then the next day I was on a plane, and a day later I was in tech with a totally new cast and a director and a space that I'd never been in, and script changes from the play that I had memorized in the languages that I don't speak. Not entirely. Most of it was in English. But yeah, so I did that last year, and I ended up doing the show in New Jersey at Luna Stage for 5 or 6 weeks. So I got to do the show another 25 or 28 times. And it was it was kind of so speaking of using improv in scripted work, this was a situation where I got this phone call and I didn't have a compelling reason to say no, so I just said yes.
Oh man, we are victims to our trade. But that's living the dream, right? That's like totally living the dream. That seems so cool.
I mean, it was particularly living the dream for me because, like, as I was there longer, I started to get these like delusions, like I should move to New York and just do scripted work. It's like, no, hold on. You were handed this role. Like, I mean, I worked to get the role here, but I was essentially just like given a job and flown out for free. It was like, all right, it wouldn't actually be like that if I was hustling, but it was nice to kind of pretend for a little while.
Yeah, and I would say it's not even pretending. It was the real deal. And then, and I would bet half the people on stage in New York are like, I feel like I'm pretending. I think we all do.
Yeah, I think we all.
And then,
all are just hoping no one finds out we're friends.
Right? No. Yep. Don't see me.
I know.
I'm normal. I also think Kareem has this such a cool theater in Austin on Congress that is called The Hideout. It's beautiful. There's 2 stages on it, and both are beautiful stages. You have some scenic design artists who have created such a beautiful environment. It's connected to a really sick coffee shop with treats and stuff, right? And you guys just have such a cool setup there. So I get also.
I love it, and I hope that I get to do stuff there in person.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll keep an eye on you. Let me know, and let our community can come in and
for sure
and be a part of keeping you alive too. So.
Yeah, I mean the hideout has got such a strong connection to all the improv theater people. I mean, Dan was out here years and years ago. Edie
teaching,
the hideout for like a year, and then moved on. But so I think we're both literally and I think very spiritually connected. So
yes, totally. All right, so that's enough chatter from us. Let's do some improv.
Yeah, let's do some stuff.
Ian, do we have suggestions? Do we know what my name is? Do we have?
Do you want me to be so dangerous as to pick the first two things that showed up?
Oh gosh, I trust your gut. Whatever your gut wants, Ian, because last week your gut just crushed, and also Corey came up with a sick suggestion.
Okay. Well then, Wizard for Art says a pen was stolen.
Oh great.
And A Taylor's 96 says shoulder boulder as the name.
Shoulder boulder.
Make that what you will.
Yep.
I think I spelled it right. I just typed it in there, Kareem, so you can see it in case you forget. Shoulder boulder. We can make this what we will. And I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this episode of the Modern Gal Gentleman Show. Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Why?
Because I have fallen out of love with you. I was in love with you.
No. Look. You know that you're in love with me, and I know I'm in love with you. So that's it. We're good, right? We're good. You're good. I'm good. We are good.
Ted, we're the opposite of good.
No, baby.
No.
Baby, hey baby. Remember that time we went to Venice? Remember?
He always brings up Venice and he says, remember that time we went to Venice? And then he puts on this sweet Italian accent. And you could tell by the look of him, he is handsome. He does a lot of abdominal exercises. And it is so hard to resist. But when you've fallen out of love with someone, you have fallen out of love with someone. And the only kind thing to do is cut it off.
Remember, baby? Remember, you and me, we're in the gondola. We go on a romantic little picnic on the water. You and me, remember? You remember? We got the boat, we docked it in the dock. You and me, you had a little wine, a little cheese, had a little, you remember, yeah?
I remember every moment of it, Ted. And at that point in time, I was deluded in thinking that I could love you. But now the delusion has ended. And I don't.
Deluded? You like watered down? You think you're watered down? You're not watered down, baby. You're not.
Okay, now you're starting to see why this has to end. Deluded, watered down. Honestly, every single time I say a word above a level 12, he has no idea what it means, and he starts to create his own definitions.
Baby, hey, who's my little shoulder boulder, huh? Who?
Don't use that name.
Oh, but it's your name, right? It's what I call you. You call me Ted. I call you shoulder boulder. It's what everyone calls you, so I call you that. It's because I love you, baby.
Ted, what are we gonna go to therapy? What are we gonna do?
Yeah, you want to go to that's a great idea. My cousin is a therapist. We can go and we can get a discount, and we can, on the way back, we can get frozen yogurt. I know you like frozen yogurt. And then we get fixed at the therapy, and we get dessert at the frozen yogurt, and we come back, and we'll be fine.
I shouldn't say yes. I shouldn't even say okay. I shouldn't agree to this. I should say no, and I should walk out the door.
Come on, say yes, baby. Say okay. Just agree with this. Just don't walk out the door.
Okay. But you're buying the froyo.
Oh, yeah, I'll buy the froyo. Of course I will.
So Ted and I, we've been together for 5 years. And it's been 5 solid years. Lots of couples have on and off moments, but we've been together for 5 solid years. And in some states, that's common law married. And then one day I woke up and just realized all I like are his abs and his put on Italian accent when he puts it on. And some of the memories we have, and the sex is amazing. But that's all. That's it. That's all surface stuff, right? And I'm trying to become a deeper human. I'm trying to become a human that cares about things that are slightly more important than doing the most crunches. He can do 200 crunches without stopping. And it's not like the little ones, it's the full body ones hanging upside down on a pull-up bar in the doorway. What was I saying? Oh, God. Sorry to bother you.
It's not a bother at all.
I just know that you're working, and I'm not supposed to bother you while you're working, so.
No, it's fine. I can write the introduction to the new Blu-ray release of The Shining later. It's fine. You seem like you're having some sort of problem. You seem upset. You can talk.
Yeah. Why did you and Mom get a divorce?
That's a long answer. Do you want to know the real reason or the reason that we told you when you were 8?
I already know the reason that you told me when I was 8. That Mom needed to move.
Reason.
Come on,
Say
Dad.
it, though. I want to hear you say it out loud.
It was that Mom needed to move to New York.
That's right. Mom needed to move to New York.
Because she had
her dreams.
To pursue her dreams. She had a dream of being...
That's right. Of being, I can't remember the name of them. What are they called that they dance and it's a Christmas thing? The Rockettes.
The Rockettes.
She had a dream of being a Rockette. And I told her, Maggie, you are way too old to be a Rockette. And she did not like that. And that's why we got divorced. That's the story I told you, and I think that's good enough, don't you?
Dad, no, Dad.
Yes.
I want the real story. I want the truth. I want to know. One morning, you two were so loving. You were so loving, and then just one morning you woke up and I don't know.
Do you really want to know what happened? Do you remember when we went skiing?
Yeah.
Right. Do you remember how I had a very bad fall?
Yeah, you tore your ACL, MCL.
I tore my ACL. That's right. Well, after the surgery, the doctor, as they tend to do, I've told you about doctors, you cannot trust them.
Yes.
The
I know.
doctor, as they tend to do, prescribed me pain medicine. And I took them a lot. I know you probably noticed from time to time that I was not all there.
Yeah.
Your mother noticed, all right? So your mother left. We thought it was better to tell you that it was your mother's fault and she was selfish than to admit that I had some sort of problem. So now
Wait,
you know.
you had an addiction to pain meds and she just left?
Yes, yes. When I say it out loud, she sounds heartless.
Totally heartless. I mean, you were her husband. You had
I know, I needed help. I needed help. And what did she do? She left. That's the thing. That's the thing. When you need help the most, the people you're closest to leave. That's the lesson. That's the lesson for you to learn. I didn't want to teach you that lesson when you were a little girl. Now you're old enough. You can know that lesson.
Okay.
I've been
Every
reading too much
conversation
Kubrick.
turns into some sort of lesson, whether it's just pulled out of thin air or whether there actually is a real lesson involved. Every conversation becomes some sort of lesson with Dad. He's a professor at Oxford, now a adjunct professor, which I think means that you're not always there and sometimes there. Anyway, he's all about the lessons. I guess I needed this one.
You know, honey, since I started teaching at Oxford, I've encountered a lot of people your age, so I understand that you're unique. But I also understand that you're exactly the same as all of them. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you need. You're too busy to think about what you want for a moment. You're just flittering around, following whims and what's the word I'm looking for?
He's about to make up a word. In any second,
and,
he's just going to make one up out of thin air, and he's going to try to define it immediately after.
Fantastications. You understand what I'm saying? Fantastications?
No,
You
Dad.
stop
What
following them.
are fantastications?
Well, it's when you have a sort of fantastic idea and you embed that idea into your mind as some sort of inner psyche vacation.
Honestly,
Becomes a
he's not
fantastication.
bad at making up words, so I just roll with it. What was that, Dad?
See, you're doing it again. You're going on a fantastication while I'm trying to explain to you what a fantastication is. Honey, you can't keep doing this. I need to get back to work, all right?
All right. I'll see you for dinner on Tuesday.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't miss it. Sushi?
Yeah.
Love you. It's so good to see you.
Really?
It is. It's been too long. It's been too long.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh God, this is right. Last time we were together, hang on, it's here in my bag.
Okay.
This is yours.
Oh! Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, wow. Oh. You had this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't use it, so it's still got the same
didn't
amount
use
of.
it?
No, not once.
You promise?
I promise. You can check the ink
You know,
level.
if you used it, it's like you were writing for me. It's like my words are coming out of your hand, out of your pen, out of my pen in your hand. been looking for this. I haven't been able to write. Try.
Brittany is like a little sister to me. She's the sweetest, most posh little woman I know, and she used to love writing, but recently she stopped writing on her blog. I wasn't sure why, and so I reached out.
It's been very hard lately, especially with not being able to write.
Brittany.
What?
You know you can type, right?
I know, but you know my process, SB. I have to write it by hand and then transcribe it. Well, sometimes I write it by hand and then I read it back to myself into a little tape recorder, and then I play that recorder back, and then I type that out. Every step of the process is important.
I understand. I'm sorry I stole your pen. Will you be able to write now that you have it?
Maybe. Do you think I'm neurotic? Tell me the truth. Do you think I'm neurotic?
No. I think you're fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
You tell me.
She's 100% neurotic. I've never met anyone more neurotic than Brittany. She only writes with one pen. She only writes in one notebook. She at one point took a typewriter to a cafe, put headphones on so she wouldn't hear it, but subjected everyone else to the of the typing. I tried to room with her one time, and she could not stand a single piece of lint on the ground, was vacuuming every single day. She is neurotic.
I trust you, so if you say I'm not, then I must not be.
Yeah, you're fine. So, are you restarting your novel? Gonna continue it?
Yes.
More
I'm gonna
posts?
restart. No, I have to restart.
No, Brittany, come on. You don't have to restart.
I have to restart. The whole thing is wrong. The whole thing was wrong. I should have known from the beginning, but it's fine. I figured it out now, or I figured out that it's wrong, and I can start over. And when you start over, it's freeing. It means you can get rid of everything that's come before, and you don't have to think about it.
Brittany, you have restarted this novel over 5 different times. You're never going to finish it. Just finish one draft.
I will. I'm going to. I will. And you know when I do, you'll be the first to read it. I promise.
All right. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I will.
Damn right you will.
Brittany, I'm sorry I kind of lost contact with you.
Oh, it's fine. I understand. People get busy, and people get involved in their own little rabbit holes. I was going to say rabbit worlds. Ooh, that's a good idea.
She's going to write that down right now. She's just going to write it down. Thank goodness she has her pen back.
Rabbit worlds.
Rules. Yeah, I started dating Ted. Do you remember Ted?
What?
He and I were a year or
Ted
two
with
old.
Ted with the...
Yeah. That Ted.
How did that happen? How is it? Where is he? How is it going? Is he still around? Was it bad? Was it good? It was bad, wasn't it? I knew it was bad. I knew he would be bad.
She's the only person in the world who can read my face. I don't even say any words. I can't lie to her. Except for about her own neuroses. Yeah, it's been...
You're too good for him.
Brittany.
You should hear it from me. You're too good for him. You know that. You don't need me to say it. You know that. You're too good for him.
Brittany, I've been dating him for 5 years, and we're probably gonna...
5 years?
Yes. It's been a minute since we've talked.
I haven't written for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time in the life of an author. That's like 3 Harry Potter books.
It is. I'm so sorry.
That's a really long time.
Brittany, I'm so sorry.
I should have gotten another pen.
Yeah. Thank you. Wait, you just said that. Just say that again.
I should have gotten another pen.
Oh my God. That's incredible initiative. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm very proud of the retroactive hypothetical initiative that I should have had.
It is a bigger step than no steps, which is not what you've taken, but you haven't written in 5 years, so that's a lot of no steps.
I've been thinking though. Not all writing happens with the pen on the page. The best writing happens here. You should know that.
Yeah. Should I?
We shouldn't spend so much time apart next time. 5 years is a long time.
And we lived in the same city, and we've been 5 years apart.
There's no excuse for that.
Other than we both live in LA, and we know that LA people always say, hey, let's hook up.
Let's get together.
And then we don't.
Sorry. I'm on the other side of town. It takes 3 hours. Traffic.
And does it really take anybody 3 hours to get from Echo Park to Santa Monica? No.
It doesn't. Everyone just says 3 hours, and it's just like the socially acceptable way of saying, I just don't want to see you.
Well,
I don't want to do that with you.
I don't want to do that either. I'm going to come visit you in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
In your co-living facility. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That would be great. I'll make you tea.
Oh, great.
And I'll make you those cookies. Remember those cookies?
Oh my God, yes.
I'll make them again.
The Earl Grey sugar cookies? Holy shit, those were delicious. Yeah. Your mom's
the
recipe.
Shaped like windmills? Yeah, my mom's
shaped
recipe.
like windmills.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what happened before, and I want us to stay together and stay a team.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Okay.
No, it's great.
Yeah, you right?
I've work to do. You gave me this.
Yeah.
So we've established that I didn't need this, but I've got this now. So if I did need it, I've got it. So I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get it, I guess.
Yeah, and I have a therapy appointment to get to, because Ted and I are going to marriage counseling.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. Let's take a quick break there, because what I want to ask the chat is, yes, I just said Ted and I are going to marriage counseling. We can go see that. We might see that. We might not. But I want to ask the chat, give us a character that you haven't seen yet, a relationship that you have not seen yet. So you saw Shoulder Boulder with her dad. You saw her with Ted. You saw her with Brittany, her BFF. That she hasn't seen it. You were cracking me up. Oh my God. That was killing me. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness she got that pen back. You've seen those three relationships. For her, yeah. Oh my God. And Brittany in her co-living facility with her windmill Earl Grey sugar cookies. That her mom made. That's her mom's recipe. What else do you want to see, chat? What is a relationship you want to see? We also know that there's like a therapist somewhere in the world, but we can go elsewhere. So we already know that one. What's something unexpected? A relationship that feels a little unexpected. Let's chat that up. And Ian, if you don't see one because nobody's typing in the chat, you can just make one up. But I bet people are typing in the chat. Yeah, people are typing in the themselves. Chat. Yeah, they can't. Kareem, wait, I wrote something down because I wanted to ask you. Oh, okay. I didn't write it down, but I just remembered it.
That's all right.
Because, okay, you said in the bit we just did, make big choices. I hear this a lot, and as an improv instructor, what do you mean specifically? What does it mean to make a big choice?
I think making a big choice, God,
God, there's a few answers. I've been thinking about this a little bit. Part of it is responding emotionally, like responding in a big way emotionally. So when someone says something to you, it doesn't kind of just bounce off your armor. It really affects you, and that can mean having the big reaction and then using that moment to explore why you're having that reaction.
Beautiful.
That's one element of it, and then I think making big choices or making like the strongest possible choice. I actually just got this language from a writer friend of mine who was doing like an interview with another author, and they were talking about how the protagonist, a story basically leads to the protagonist making the biggest change. That's like the climax of the story is when they make the biggest change, and the biggest change means that it's a change that is irrevocable. There it is.
I would not have gotten that one on the first try.
So close.
Oh, I love that, which means
really
you
like
can't
that
go back.
because it means you can't just say a thing and they go, oh, never mind. It's like it's a big moment. It's saying I love you, or it's slaying the dragon. It's like the big movement that after that point you cannot return to the world you were in before. Now, every scene when you're improvising doesn't necessarily need something that huge, world changing, but like in whatever the world of the scene is. I think a big, strong choice is one that comes closer to being something that is, super impactful. Yeah.
That's beautiful. One of the things I'll say in the rom-com class that I teach is there's this moment where you say the thing you'll regret.
Yeah.
Right? You say the thing later that you regret. Is that kind of what? Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the thing you regret is I think it leads to this big moment of change because the thing you say that you regret is actually going to. Kind of reveals what the character's deepest, darkest worry is, which then sort of now they've basically like shown their stomach and like, okay, now here's where the rest of the improvisers can now poke me. Because we know what their sort of emotional weak spot is. Yeah.
I love that. Yes. The improviser in me is like, where's my pen? Where's my paper? I need to write this down. I love that. So cool. I also wonder too if how does truth play into that?
Ooh, how does truth play into that? You mean like character truth or behaving truthfully, or?
I think character truth, like the deep truth of the character.
Yeah, I mean, so depending on how significant a character is in a story, whether we're talking about improv or scripted work. I think if a character is a major character or a protagonist, I think they have something they're trying to hide, which is their core truth. If you know what that core truth is, or start to like feel what that core truth is, everything else they do is trying to protect that thing. And it of course, like in the rom-com example you just gave, like it'll seep out in little bursts, right? But if you know what that truth is, that is sort of like their emotional, like psychological, philosophical core, then that can basically that acts as a compass, right? You know what direction to chase, basically, as the improviser, as the character. Yeah, that's huge.
This is great.
Otherwise, you're just playing kind of cartoons, which is fine too. But I mean, that's what kind of separates the cartoons from the really in-depth, well-rounded characters. Is like you feel that they have this thing that is kind of guiding them.
I love thinking of it as a compass. That's really beautiful. And I also love thinking of like, I've opened my chest.
That's huge. As an improviser, I think early on as improvisers, we're so bad at that. We're so bad at letting our guard down, and we take every hit, and we just like nothing affects us. And I think that the really good improvisers kind of like drop their gloves and let themselves get knocked off balance and let's see what happens, Yeah,
you really, winning is redefined for you when you improvise.
Right.
What it means to win. All right, Ian, do we have anything in our chat for us? A relationship that we can start back?
Yeah, there's been a conversation about that.
Oh, yes!
So it's mostly between Hideout Theater and Wizard for Art.
Okay.
And they go... Hideout Theater says rival, but the kind of rivalry where they both kind of love it. Wizard for Art, frenemies at Hideout Theater. Hideout Theater. Yeah, like they really relish antagonizing each other.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you, Roy.
Ooh, I love this. Is that Roy? Hi, Roy.
Almost assuredly.
Okay. Oh, I love that. That's so fun. Okay, frenemies that kind of love antagonizing each other. Right back into the modern gentleman gal format. No, show. There it is.
Hello. Didn't expect to see you here.
Catherine.
Shoulder. Enjoying some tea? Coffee?
Yes, I am. Chamomile.
Which is it?
It's chamomile. Yeah.
Well, you should say that, darling. Just say it. I don't judge. You know me. I don't judge. I don't judge.
What are you drinking, Catherine?
I'm drinking a skim oat milk frappuccino with a double shot.
How is oat milk skimmed?
Well, they just put less of it in there. I set you up for that. You should thank me. You should thank people when they do good things for you. When they do nice things. I have not seen your beau around.
Ted. Yeah. He's been busy in the gym. You should see him though.
He should be busy in the gym. He needs to be busy in the gym. It's very important to keep a machine finely tuned.
Oh, is that what you told him when you dated him?
Well, there wasn't much time for talking, really.
God, she's so good. I hate it. I hate how good she is at this. Oh, really? There wasn't time for talking. Well, there's no time for talking when I'm with him either because we're having so much fantastic sex.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that he finally found someone that was able to match him on a mental stimulation level. It's important. You look
Catherine.
good, though.
Oh, thank you. I've also been hitting the gym.
Oh. Well, don't hit it too hard. You might, pop something.
So, how's work, Catherine? I heard you lost your job.
It's not that I lost my job so much as I struck out on my own. One can only go so far in a firm. If you become your own and associates, you kind of call the shots. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm calling the shots. And you know what? It feels good.
So what, did you start your own law firm?
Yes. Sorry. I thought I made that clear. Yes, I started my own law firm. We have a lot of clients, a lot of billing. Of course, I don't deal with the billing. I deal with the lawyering. We call it lawyering. Because I'm a lawyer.
I hate what's about to happen. I hate it. But the current place where I am a secretary, the firm, that's where I'm a secretary. I know I haven't told you that yet, but hopefully it's been clear by the formal dress and the pen that I was carrying earlier and how prestigious and regal my father is. Of course, I work at a law firm. I've worked at a law firm my entire life. And the place where I'm currently working is awful. Toxic environment. Toxic boss. And I'm about to ask Catherine for a job. I want to not ask her. I'm trying as hard as I can to not ask her, but I just know I'm working for her. For Catherine Bisseltoe. That's right. Catherine Bisseltoe would be better than working for the toxic misogynist a-hole that I currently work for.
So how is Andrew? Is he still obnoxious?
He's just as obnoxious as you remember, Catherine.
I wouldn't put up with that for very long if I were you.
You have a new firm. Are you in need of a...
What? Yes? Say it. Say it. You're almost there.
Assist... 10.
You can start Monday. Wasn't so hard, was it? Look, honey, I really have to go, okay? I have to bring the Beamer with the Tesla engine to the shop. Which one, I don't know, but it's got to go to the shop.
Of course.
Inconveniences.
I suppose you'll just
Monday.
text me. Yep.
Yes, I'll text you all the deets. Oh, this'll be fun.
Dad. I'm sorry to bother you again.
No, it's no bother, really.
You remember... Sorry, what were you going to say?
I look angry, but this is just my resting position. Not actually angry. This is just... I've had a day. But continue.
I got a new job.
You did?
I don't work for Andrew Littlefield anymore.
Why not? What did you do?
I didn't do anything,
What
Dad.
did you do?
I
What did
didn't
you
do
do?
anything. I did nothing.
I helped you get that job. I got your foot in the door.
Dad, he's an asshole. He's a total asshole.
And?
I don't want to work for an asshole. I want to work for a slightly less asshole of an asshole. So I said yes to Catherine Tistletoes. I think I've immediately forgot her last name, but it's something like that. She's gotten married.
Catherine?
Yes, you remember Catherine?
Oh, yeah, I remember Catherine. You left Andrew's firm, and you were going to work with Catherine.
Yeah, her last name was like Tistletoe or something. It sounds like mistletoe and it ends in toe. I can't remember it. She just got married. But Catherine Forks.
That is interesting. That is interesting.
What?
Why do you think you do these things to yourself?
What?
I said, why do you think you do these things to yourself?
Do what? And do what?
Well, I mean, you're going to go there every day. You're going to get in your car every day and drive to that office and work for her, with her, for her, under her.
I'm going to get on the bus because I had to sell my car. I'm going to get on because Ted needed some gym equipment at home, and I thought it would be a good idea. This is beside the point. Why am I telling him this? I don't need to tell him this. He doesn't need to know any of this, but I'm still telling him this. And the gym equipment costs around $3,000, so I thought I could sell my car for $5,000 and I'd have an extra $2,000 to buy a lot of bus tickets. And so I take the bus now, and also my carbon footprint is smaller considerably.
I am aware of the carbon footprint ramifications of mass transit. Okay, you don't have to tell me about that. I'm a big fan of people riding the bus. I just wish it weren't you. riding the bus. You know, you've been riding the bus your whole life. I haven't said that before, but now that you've mentioned this, that's the metaphor. You've just been getting on and going wherever it takes you instead of setting your own course.
And that's coming from you, the man who sits alone in his book-filled den, reading the same book every single day, saying that he's writing some sort of dissertation that is never finished, while across the world is the woman who broke his heart, who he has not yet gotten over, and she is on stage being a rockette at the age of 57.
I know. She's the oldest rockette ever.
Yeah, she
miracle.
followed her dreams and got what she wanted, and you're still here in this unlit, no-windowed, tiny library.
Choosing to not move is still a choice. All right?
Not if your heart is telling you to move, Dad. And I think that for a long time, you just let her go. You just let her move away. I don't know. Did you ever get honest with her and say how you really felt? Because probably not.
No, I didn't. That's not how we do things.
Oh, God. That's not how we do things.
Look, this isn't about me. How's this becoming about me? Came into my office, now it's about me. This is about you. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your new job. Downgrading assholes.
I'm calling my mom. I'm calling my mom because when shit hits the fan, you call your mom, right? Even if you haven't talked to her and she's, I haven't talked to her in 5 years because I stole that pen and I said, I'm not going to call my mom until I give this pen back. So I've given the pen back. Now I can call my mom. And I haven't talked to her in 5 years. She's been a rockette for quite a while. Mom?
Yes, dear.
Hi.
Hello.
How
are you?
I'm good. How's New York?
New York is amazing. It smells a little bit and it's more humid than I'd like, but that's part of what makes it amazing.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
You just left to go be a rockette.
Yes.
Did you factor Dad into that at all? Mom?
Yeah, yes. I heard you. Yes, I factored your father into it. I did. Things were hard, all right? Things were very tough at the time, and it was what I had to do. Sometimes you need to just do what you have to do.
Did you love him, Mom?
Yes, I loved him, but it was time for me to love myself. It's not an easy thing to admit, but it's the truth.
And part of loving yourself required you to leave him.
I wasn't running away from something, I was running towards something. There's a big difference.
Mom, I think I'm getting married. Ted proposed and I said yes. And
That's great. That's amazing. Darling, that's good. That's great news. That's fantastic news. We need to have a big party and a celebration. I'll come for
Mom, I wait. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I know. I know you don't. And if you don't know, then I think you know.
That feels like terrible advice. If you don't know, I think you know. In what world is that good advice?
Look, if you don't know you want to move forward, that means you know you want to go somewhere else. So don't marry him.
Oh, that took a turn. I didn't expect that turn to be taken. Don't marry
Why else
him?
would you call me? Why else would you call me?
Because I haven't called you in 5 years, and you're the
Exactly.
old Rockette. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. My legs look amazing.
Yeah, I see them on television. I see
know.
my mom's legs on television.
Do you know that every time we do promotional things as the Rockettes, we don't get any extra money? It's like NFL cheerleaders. We just are expected to go out and do it. But it's fine. It's part of the gig. But here I am complaining about showbiz. We have more important things to talk about. Look, you called me for a reason. You called me for a reason. You asked me the things you asked me after so many years for a reason.
Mom, what if he's the last one? What if like this is it? What if I don't?
Honey, take it from a 57-year-old Rockette. Nothing is the last one. You can do whatever you want. You're gonna find what makes you happy. Might not be now, might not be tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be when you're 53. But you're gonna find it.
All right.
You need anything else? Is there anything else you need?
I have a question.
Yes. What?
So many people in my life I haven't talked to for a huge stretch of time. Why do I do that?
Probably got that from me. Sometimes you need to just focus on yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes there's too much you to allow space for anyone else. And don't let anyone tell you that that's a problem.
All right. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. Talk to
I'm
you soon?
yeah, I'm actually I actually just bought a ticket to come see the Rockettes. It was kind of
Really?
yeah. Yeah.
Well, when? Soon? I
yeah.
assume soon.
It's well, hopefully you're in the show next week.
I am. You'll have to come and stay with me. You'll come and stay with me. That's what
Mom,
you do.
I
You'll stay
can't.
with me.
What?
Yeah, you must. You must.
Really?
Are you flying into LaGuardia
Yeah.
or Newark and taking
I
the
got
train into
I got an
town?
airline ticket that I printed out. I printed out an airline ticket.
Good.
Because
Good. You know you can't wear shoes when you try to go through security. They make you take your shoes off.
Mom,
and
I have
when I take my shoes off, I get some looks.
because you have great.
Amazing legs. I
Legs.
have Tina Turner legs, which it doesn't matter how old she is, it's still a compliment.
She's got great legs, and
It's
so do
insane.
you.
Thank you. Well, you'll
I'll
see them soon.
See you
That's
soon.
great.
Okay,
Love you.
love you.
surprise for you.
You
I
have
have a surprise for you.
okay?
I have to get it. I have to get it for my car. I forgot. Hold on.
I think she just said that so that she could have me watch her walk out the door to her parking spot right in front and get it out of her Tesla. She brought the Tesla today. Why do I work here? Why do I work at all? I mean, I work because people have to work to make money, right? But why do I work here? I hate her. She's smarter than me. She's always been smart. Hi, what is that?
Stack of papers you have to file and copy and prioritize and staple, and you have to do that all weekend. There you go.
Right.
All weekend. That's what you're going to be doing. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which you have a 3-day weekend, but you have to spend the 3 days working. That was a joke. It's a joke.
Wait. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, the Monday thing was a joke, but you have to work all weekend. Sorry.
Right.
I see how that was confusing.
I realized, Catherine, when I saw you at the brew
Yes.
last weekend, I thought that I needed to have you in my life. And what I
good.
realize now is that I need the opposite. You are pretentious, conceited, quite privileged, and I am tired of pretending to be under you. I'm not under you. In fact, I'm not under you. This looks important. In fact, this looks like it might be the case with the McDonald's Corporation that you just got. Yep, there's a McDonald's logo right there on that one right there.
Well,
Anyway, I hope
now I'm going to
that
have to print that again. I hope you're happy. You just killed a tree.
Oh,
Hope you're happy, shoulder boulder. Killed a tree.
I did kill a tree, and I'm going to kill many more trees and much of the ozone layer because I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to buy a nice car. I was trying to do the bus, but as you have your Beamer and your Tesla, I am not going to be under you anymore. Catherine Mistletoes. What's your last name? You know what?
Fork.
Actually,
I'm married.
Catherine, I've never wanted to be a lawyer. I actually think being a lawyer is quite a terrible job. I think that you have a certain level of moral ambiguity that I will not dive into. And Catherine, you have a fake cheetah coat. It's not real. And I can see it. Everybody in the office can see it. The sunglasses are not Armani. It's a knockoff. Somebody gave you knockoff sunglasses and you've been thinking they're real for a very long time.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
I thought I might be. I thought I might be.
So
all right.
Fired.
It's been nice. It's been really nice. Bye. Sorry, everyone, about but you have printers, fax machines, whatever.
Smells real.
Ted, are you working out in there?
Yeah, I was just doing a couple reps.
Oh,
doing
God.
a couple reps.
Can you put your shirt on? Just put your shirt back on.
Oh, come on. All right, it's going to get all sweaty, but I'll put it on.
Just put your shirt back on.
All right. Son. What's the problem? What's going on? Hey.
We are not working. And
No, I'm working out. I'm exercising. I'm not at work right now.
No. Okay. Yeah, you're not at work. No, we are not excelling as a cohabitation.
You want to live in a zoo?
Right. No, I do not love you. I said it before, and I'm saying it again.
No. We'll go back to therapy. We'll get donuts this time.
Ted,
Donuts
we tried
on
it.
me.
We
What?
tried it. We went to therapy. You mentioned Venice every single time this happens. You take your shirt off. It's
Hey,
great.
you want to go for a little ride on the boat? Ah!
Ted, no. I don't love you, and I don't think that you love me. I think that you love the idea of me, but how could you possibly love someone who doesn't love you so desperately? I desperately don't love you. And I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all right, I guess.
You're gonna find somebody, Ted. I promise.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna find somebody. I wasn't worried about that. Have you seen this?
Yep. Okay, please.
I wasn't worried about that.
Pull your shirt back behind. He's actually laughing. He really is laughing. Does this mean nothing to him? Wait, Ted, you're laughing.
Yeah. I'll just move out. I'll just move out my stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff, but I'll just move them out. Can I get the ring back?
Oh, my God. Yes. Here.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'll just come by when you're not around. When you're at work and just get my stuff.
I'm going to New York for the weekend, so you can.
Oh. Cool. All right. Well, I'll just take my time. Then have a party or something maybe. I'll have to buy some food, maybe some beer. I got a lot to do. I gotta go figure this out. I'm gonna go do a Whole Foods run. You want anything? Want the cauliflower, buffalo cauliflower bites that you like? I can get them.
No, I don't want them.
No. Suit yourself, I guess.
So it turns out I meant nothing to Ted. And then when I meant nothing to Ted, I momentarily, maybe slightly longer, and momentarily fell back in love with him. I literally fell back in love with him as he was laughing at me and rejecting me. Yes, his shirt was up because his hands were up and he wears crop tops and I could see his abs, but it was more than his abs. I was falling back in love with something else and I have no idea. I have no idea what that was. Why do we fall in love with the people who push us away? I went to see Brittany. She had posted 5 blogs in 1 week. She was sticking to a schedule. I think she was actually going to meet the deadline that we had set for her book. And she was the one person You're ahead of schedule.
I am so beyond ahead of schedule. I am ahead of the next schedule.
That's incredible.
It's all because of you.
Oh,
it's all
God.
because of you.
No, don't. You're doing it. You're doing the hard work.
No. You believed in me, and it's important for people to have other people that believe in them. Otherwise, I don't think any of this works.
Yeah. Well, we?
You're my good luck charm now. You're my pen. You're my pen. You're my pen, and you're my rabbit's foot, all in one. You're my pen. You're my rabbit's foot, and you are my morning routine.
All right.
You are. Hey,
What?
am I neurotic?
Oh, God. Again, I have to lie to her. Or do I?
You can't lie to me. Am I neurotic?
Yeah. But ask me if I give a fuck.
Do you give a fuck?
0 fucks.
0 fucks.
Should we walk the Santa Monica pier?
We should.
You know what? Fuck
Yes.
it. There's a lot of people on the Santa Monica pier. Let's go down to Venice and walk that one.
That's a much better idea. Let's create new memories with a place that has the same name as another place.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
That
Yes.
sounds like fun.
Please, let's do it. Come on.
Come on.
Yes!
Yay!
Kareem! That was so fun! Oh my gosh. I am
Oh
just
God, we went a long
so
time.
yeah, I know. We went way over, but I want to thank all of my folks before we get out of
Yeah.
here. And especially for going so far over today. You heard live score they heard we can't hear it.
couldn't hear
but
it.
Kareem,
I
we'll
hope
have
it
to
was-
listen back and we can hear it on the playback. Alex Caan and Arlo Sanders were doing our live score. They are fantastic musical
So cool.
improvisers. They're both also totally badass performers that
Yeah.
I need to have on the
Yeah,
show
yeah.
at some point. They do a show called Made Up Music on Twitch on Outpost
Oh, wow.
13 where they make up music and you can go into the chat and like type in lyrics. You can even email their
Whoa.
OBS operators
Super cool.
musical cues and everything. It's really rad. So thank you guys so much for doing this and going so far over 9:30. And I also want to thank Ian Carroll, who is doing the spotlighting. All of this
so
back
good.
and forth nonsense that is so well executed is Ian
Yeah.
Carroll.
Oh,
Thank you
great.
so much,
I love
Ian.
it.
And then my moderator in my chat tonight is Lissette Jean-Marie, who also does a show called Buffering that is before this one on Thursday nights at 7 Pacific time. And it is a improvised business meeting. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Highly recommend it. Let me tell you a little bit more about some of those other shows that show up. So I already said Arlo and Alex do Wednesdays at 7, a show called Made Up Music. Joy Mamie does a show called Going Out Again on Fridays at 7. It's as if a app was developed, I believe, during COVID times, and you would date each other on this app by just
Whoa.
popping into each other's Zooms. It's pretty fun. I've gotten to see it. And then Allison and Constanti is starting a show. It's going to premiere August 4th at 3 p.m. She will be reading sci-fi books. She's going to start with A Wrinkle in Time. It's called Allison's Sci-Fi Library Super Fun Time. I love the name. I love the name. And then Ian is going to do a super badass show called Coding Cohen's at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. It's got a soft launch. Ian, Ian's
There he is.
Ian, do you want to spotlight yourself so people can see your setup? I think it'd be fun for people to see your setup. Did you do it? Oh,
Wow.
good. I can't tell if he's.
That's
This is
incredible.
Ian. It looks like he's gonna like hack into the mainframe.
I know.
This is
totally.
fantastic. He does a
Blonde,
show
blonde,
on
redhead,
coding,
blonde.
computer software. I don't know what I am over my head. So he does a show where he brings in a guest and they talk computer software coding shenanigans, and it's called Coding Cohen's. It's going to be at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. I'm not sure when it's going to start. Do you know? Oh, it already has. It's a soft launch. Check it out. And last but certainly not least, our dear friend Corey Rosinski was in the hospital for like 4 days. I think 4 and a little bit in a row. We have a good, I'll tell you more, Kareem, offline. But we had a friend, Corey Rosinski, who had to be. We had a friend. We still have this friend. That's dark. Corey, we love you. He's probably watching the show right now and in the chat. He was in the hospital for a few days, and they're still trying to figure out what the fuck happened. And he's doing better now. He's got like some little fun oxygen tanks to breathe with, and a ton of incredible friends. The Corey Wazinski Emergency Fund. I think we're posting links in the chat to that. So if you have money to donate, please, any tiny dollar amount will help him and his dad get back up on their feet after these hospital bills. Yay, fun.
And plus, the benefit is that you will be remembered as having helped someone who will soon be a superhero. So,
right.
I mean, I assume that's how that story ends. So.
It's exactly how it ends. Yeah, it's exactly how it is. Light spoiler, but we're happy to spoil that ending. And then, Kareem, tell us where we can find you, and tell a hint about the, just tell us where you can find you.
Yeah, so I perform with the Hideout Theater. You can learn about that at hideouttheater.com. We have a Twitch channel where we stream 10 to 12 shows a week. You can just watch for free, or you can go buy a ticket at thehideouttheater.com, our website, to help support the theater to keep the doors open while they have to keep the doors shut. My troupe is P-Graph. I perform with them every Thursday at 8 p.m. CDT, Saturday at 7:30 CDT, and then we do like a Wednesday afternoon improv chat thing. You can learn all about all that stuff at hideouttheater.com, including our August week-long virtual narrative intensive. We've been doing a summer intensive for years where we kind of dig into, in the mornings we do some like basics of the Hideout improv style, and in the afternoon we dig into doing narrative specific stuff. So that's a week-long intensive. You can learn all about that at hideouttheater.com. That's pretty much it. And P-Graph has a book.
Check out P-Graph's book. Yes.
Great.
And I can vouch for
Can I get a picture of that book real quick?
Oh yeah, get a picture of that book. What's it called? Do It Now?
Do It Now.
Yeah, and that's P-Graph right there on the front.
There's me. There's
fantastic
Casey,
improvisers, every single one of them. I can vouch for all the teachers at the Hideout, because that's where I started learning improvisation. And if you like improv theater as a school, you will like the Hideout as a school too, because we have very similar styles, but just different enough that you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. So it's pretty rad. Yeah. Well, I think everyone again. Alex, thank you. Arlo, thank you. Ian, thank you. Lissette, thank you for staying for so long. And chat, thank you for hanging around for so long. I'm so glad we got to tie up the loose ends of that show. Kareem, it was so fun to have you.
Totally. Thank you for having me. This is great. Hopefully we'll get to play together in person when that's a thing again.
Bless. I hope we will too. Yeah, I think we will. And we'll play virtually again too. At some point, I'm going to invite myself to come play with P-Graph, because they are kick-ass. And then I'll have all of P-Graph come guest on this show at some point too. So more of this later. Again, thank you all so much for sticking around, and we will see you next time on the Madi Goff Show. Yeah, that was so fun.
This flood repeats. When it crests, the feeling swells. The wave upturned the sandy straight. Look out, it's about to break. The desert's silent knows. The waveform in the air and in the sea. Feeling the ocean's emotions taking over me. Those soothing voices, those peaceful waves. The gale winds rise up. Again, tsunami forms, the flood repeats. Sunlight on my head, skylight above my head. Bounce light floods the walls, my glowing heart walks the halls. Why am I attracted to the siren's call? The beauty with the pain to leave me mortified. What more could you ask for? The missing key. You complain about being trapped. Gotta love it though, somebody still speaks for the sea. Thinking of drowning. too far to drop, taking off the floaties. See, if I'm a boy, you gotta bounce, 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 bounce until I succumb to the current. And if I die, or do I grow some fins and I do go for a swim? The water comes fast down my throat, where's my eyes paddling, struggling, treading on the siren's call as I tumble down through the waves. So I fly and I fall and I realize that there's no fear at all. And I rise up, yes I rise up, about to pounce, awakening. So I comb the beaches in the dark recesses of my mind, and deep into the night, into my drowning heart. But as the wave hits, my soul is lit, and I rise up, and I rise up, and the flood repeats. Thinking of drowning, yeah. I'm thinking of drowning, thinking of drowning, thinking of drowning. Thinking of drowning. Thinking of drowning, thinking of drowning, thinking of drowning. Thinking of drowning, yeah. Thinking of drowning.